The new Apple Watch Series 10 is here. It has the biggest display ever. It's also the thinnest Apple Watch ever, making it even more comfortable on your wrist. And it's the fastest charging Apple Watch, getting you 8 hours of charge in just 15 minutes. Introducing the all-new Apple Watch Series 10, now available for the first time in glossy jet black aluminum. Compared to previous generation, iPhone XS or later required. Charge time and actual results will vary.
This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know, to check you have the tickets in your wallet first before you drive 2 hours to the big game. Seriously, you had one job. Now the closest you'll get to the 50-yard line is parking lot D. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
I knew it. Another Hurrdat Media production.
Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Hi, guys. I feel like it's been a minute, unless you're on our Patreon, but I feel like it's been a minute since we've actually talked, just because last week we had 2 interviews that we released.
Yeah, I hope you guys love them because we love them so much.
I know I did not anticipate the Tracy Jerseylicious one to go viral, and it totally went viral. It went viral. It did well with numbers, did well on TikTok, did well on Instagram, did well on Twitter, just everything. So many people watched it, and it just got me excited where I'm like, we need more people from the show to talk about their experience. And I know a lot of people are asking us, well, where do you watch it? Where do you watch it? And I said this, I paid for it on Amazon. Chantel said that if you get the Hulu Premium or YouTube, you can watch it.
YouTube TV. If you have YouTube TV, you can watch it.
And I asked Chantel for her login for YouTube TV, and she won't give it to me.
No, you're such a liar. I won't give it to her because it's a live thing. So it will constantly ask hey, are you on vacation? And that's the one thing I can't have you kick me out of, just for you to watch Jerseylicious, because you guys, I gave her my Netflix, and multiple times, because I'm cheap, I have the cheapest one. And multiple times I go on it, and it's 2 phones are using it. And it's both from Roxanne's house. She has her kids on one, and then
no, I have my husband. My husband is on, because me and my husband both watch on our phone. And so he'll be watching, I don't even know what he was watching. And then I was watching, I think it was she's who's watching Monsters? And I was like, Monsters? I was like, that's your sister. My kids aren't watching Monsters. And then I realized that was what the Menendez show was called. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, so I did talk to the guys from Jerseylicious, and they said that they'd be down. But again, they said, we want you to finish it because we want you to ask valid questions, because an interview could be so much better when you are able to ask specific questions from significant moments on the show. And that's why
thank God you had watched previously.
Yeah.
If you didn't, it would be kind of, because a lot of people forget. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think the Tracy interview did so well. So I think it's literally because I kept going back to certain scenes, and I was like, well, what about this scene? And she's like, oh, this was and we're like, what? So I think that helped. I did reach out to Olivia, and she had a message initially saying because she saw a clip, and she's like, oh my gosh, that gave me some serious PTSD. And I was like, we'd love to have you on and hear your side and of your experience. And she never responded. So we did, because I know some of you guys were like, okay, well, we get that we get Tracy's side. We liked it, but we want to hear from Olivia too. So I did try, but I didn't get a response back. So maybe she's just I know it took some persistence with us and Tracy though.
Yeah. So I'm if that's the same energy, it's going to take us a long time.
Yeah, exactly. But the guys are open to it. I haven't started season 3 yet, and I need to get on it. I was kind of waiting to see if Chantel was going to give me her YouTube, but she's not. So I will just buy it on Amazon. So, this weekend, I actually put all my Christmas decorations up.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy. I mean, I kind of started putting mine out too, but I'm not going to really decorate until I come back from my vacation from California next week. So I will do that next weekend.
I know people will be like, what about Thanksgiving? But for me, like Christmas is my happy and just like seeing the lights in the house. And I will send it. I'm not fully done. My house like looks like there's like still bins everywhere. And it puts me in such a good mood. And so last year I actually hired someone to put Christmas lights up on our roof. And literally, Chantal, how mad was my husband that I did that?
Yeah, he was like mad at her for like months. I think you guys remember the story too.
He
Maybe.
was so angry about it. And he was like, I cannot believe you would pay someone. It was like $850. And apparently, like what they do is they put just like the top lights by the roof and then they'll take it after Christmas Day. And my husband was livid. And so he said to me, he's like, I will do it next year. I'm like, no, you won't. But you know what? He did it, you guys. He literally was on the roof for 2 days and he put all the lights up. So
Do you love him?
yeah, I'm obsessed with it. He still has to like do, I went to at home. At home to me has the best Christmas stuff because my theme is always pastel. I do think eventually I want to go traditional, but I also have invested so much money in the pastel theme that my husband will literally divorce me if I change themes, you know? So, I did go to at home. Oh, Chantal, we can hear you now.
1 second. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Okay. Had to switch places.
Oh, okay. So yeah, at home has the best stuff, but it is kind of pricey. And then I did go to Home Goods too, and Home Goods had some really nice stuff as well. But my mom works at Home Goods, so she had 20% off this weekend, and I went.
Wow, she didn't tell me. She kept telling me she was going to tell me when that happens for her.
I was having serious anxiety because I get like so nervous about these things. My mom's like, it's fine. You're my daughter. You're using it. And of course, when I rung up, I get the guy and he's like, do you work here? And I was like, no, but my mom does. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh my God. And I literally was freaking out.
I can't wait for you guys to see mine compared to Roxanne's because it's so opposite. Just like she said, it's like pastel and mine's are like traditional.
Yeah, I know. And I swear I do eventually want to switch, but just not. And I know some of you guys, I kind of showed a sneak peek and some of you guys were like, what about Jack? And Jack's too, like, what's it to him? He sees lights, like there's blue and pastel. I don't know.
You guys should like give a tree for your kids to decorate.
I know. You know what's so weird is I have multiple trees and I cannot find my kid's tree. I am going to surprise the girls because they share a room, my two oldest, and I'm going to decorate their room with like lights and a Christmas tree because they've never had that. So I am going to do that for them.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Yeah. What did you do this week? Oh, by the way, we also had Halloween, you guys. So Halloween, I was so overwhelmed because we like had Orange County and I did end up watching it, but we didn't recap it, which is fine. The season finale was whatever. And Chantal invited us over because Chantal lives in a very nice like city. And she invited us over and she had liquor and she was putting out liquor for people, for the adults. Like, how cool is that?
Oh, it was so funny. Like 2 people came back and I was like, whoa, we know who the partiers and their family is. And like they came back as they were like going back to their house. Ooh, I almost choked on my spit. And it was yeah, it was so funny. So we definitely were the talk of the street.
Yeah, no, that was so freaking cool. Like I would and you guys all had big candy bars.
Oh, we made sure because you guys were opening up this like market that's in the neighborhood. So we wanted like pass out things and like get people excited. So we took the opportunity to make it like into like a business event.
Yeah, no, I love that so much. I mean, even at Trunk or Treat this year, it's sad though, because Trunk or Treat really has ruined Halloween for people. And at Trunk or Treat, like I did see parents, they had their business cards for certain things. And I think that's great, like hustle.
Yeah, smart.
So I did want to address this. So you guys, we are on Patreon. We have a great following. It's a great vibe. We have like chats for each season and we do 2 additional episodes on there. If you guys ever do decide to join Patreon, Apple actually went to Patreon and they said if people download Patreon app through us and they join a membership, like it is how much more expensive, Chantal?
If you do it through the app, it's 30% more than if you just go on to patreon.com or through an Android.
So if you do ever decide to join us on Patreon, please go on your phone, go on your computer, do it, just like touch or put patreon.com. Do not do it through the App Store. Once you get a membership with us, you can log in through the App Store, which makes things easier, but you already have a membership, so you're not going to have to do a new one. But we just wanted to make you guys aware of that, because now Apple is like charging, which really, really sucks. So whether you ever come back to us, or if you want to start like joining us there, we have a really, again, great community there. We do ad-free episodes, 2 additional episodes, chats, and all this fun stuff with really great people on there. Just make sure that when you join, you are joining through the website. Do not join through the app.
Yeah, it actually went into effect today, like Monday. So definitely do what we said, or you're just wasting money.
Yeah.
Because it's going to Apple. It's not going to us, and it's not going to Patreon. It's going to Apple.
Let's take a quick break and talk about one of our sponsors, HelloFresh. Make this fall the tastiest season yet with farm fresh produce and easy autumn-inspired recipes delivered right to your door with HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh has tons of options for whatever you're craving. Choose from a changing menu of over 50 recipes each week, plus take your pick from over 100 market add-on items like dessert, breakfast, and snacks. Working full-time and having 4 kids, it's almost impossible to go to a grocery store. That's why I always lean on HelloFresh. Convenience is everything, and they make it so convenient. Plus, their food is so tasty. Their presto, pesto, panko chicken is my favorite. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/free-TRH. Applied across 7 boxes, new subscribers only, varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals just by going to HelloFresh.com/free-TRH.
Yeah. So we did an interview with Katie's daughter, and I thought it was well. Like, she didn't talk crap, like, it wasn't like a long interview. She obviously was under fire because Emily was saying that she was lying about what she said about her kids. And I do understand the whole kid thing can be very messy when you bring kids into it. So I get that. I think, it happened and she just wanted to clear her name. We obviously always want to give anyone the platform to be able to do that. Well, Chantal, did you know that Emily responded to us?
Well, yeah, you told me. I don't know what she said, but you told me what she did.
Yeah. So on X, like after we did the podcast, we said Emily is absolutely lying about the story regarding Kaili, which is so weird to lie about, because we had Kaili on our podcast where she says that she was asked to come back and babysit. Why would Emily ask her to come back if her boys claim that Kaili is the one who said Heather is mean? Emily needs to own the fact that we all know she doesn't like Heather, and she says it around her house. Emily's a loud person, and I saw that a lot in the comments. So it's like, I don't think Emily sits there and talks like mad shit right in front of her kids. I really don't think that, but I do think that, Emily just like may have said something and our kids hear, just like most kids hear. So she responded and she said, Kaili never babysat my kids again after that weekend. What the F? Plus, after last night's episode, it's pretty clear which parent talks crap about Heather with her kids, and it's not me. And then she said, also, fun fact, the weekend Kaili stayed with my kids was a couple days after we filmed the golf outing where Heather got into it with Katie over the paparazzi accusation. The fact that Katie's 6-year-old son is talking about Heather being a jerk just makes me believe Emily and not Katie. I don't know if someone said this and she reposted this. This part right here, it makes me believe Emily, not Katie. The obsession Katie seems to have with Heather to the point that her own kids are aware of it, are aware, is just weird at this point. I'm not seeing the obsession with Heather. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm not seeing the obsession with Heather at all. I think there was like one incident and then now this whole thing happened. So I would call my mom and Kiki too. Should Katie have maybe told Tamara? No, I don't think she should have, just because like we all know who Tamara is. Emily did unfollow Katie off of Instagram, which is like it's
so childish,
so dumb. It's so stupid. And it's like, you guys have seen what happened with New Jersey when you guys like create like such a divide and unfollow. Like, we're giving this young girl a platform to say her piece, whether you believe it or not. Like, she said her piece, just like you were able to say it in your confessionals. So I do think that
you guys just did the reunion. So it's like, why are you now doing it?
Yeah, I know. I agree. So
like, you've already seen all these episodes.
Yeah, no, she's obviously annoyed about the podcast.
Yeah. And then didn't she unfollow us?
Oh, she blocked us. Emily did
Yeah.
block us. Yeah. So Emily blocked us. So we are on the block list. It kind of sucks when it gets to that, but I mean,
Another one bites the dust.
I know. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that's really what happened with that whole interview thing. So what else is going on?
Well, the hot topics. Teddi, hello.
Oh yeah, Teddy's getting she filed for divorce. I think it's really, really sad. I mean, I think that he actually posted about her a couple days before, like praising her. That's why I think social media is such a fake thing. I barely post about my husband, but like and I don't, not everyone, it's fake, but it's like when you're gushing constantly about your husband, I swear those are the people that constantly have like the biggest issues. I mean, they have like a young little kid, but listen, Teddi is living her best life right now. She has a podcast that does very well. She's very busy. She's doing live events. All her friends are single. I do think it's one of those like Vicky situations where Vicky, saw Tamara with, what's his name?
Eddie.
With Eddie. And then she was like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to be with Don. I have a good guy, but maybe I don't want to be with Don. And then Vicky has said over and over again, the grass is not always greener. I completely regret this. So I think that, Teddy's seeing all this single stuff, and that also like helps her have the courage to be like, I want to walk away from this. And I do think it's sad because it's way too common, and it sucks for kids. Like, it really, really does, especially if you're a young little one.
It's funny because like, she is part of the public eye, and like, I mean, unless she's the one talking about it, but she's not on the show anymore. So for her to write a statement, like, I don't know how, like you said, he just posted a picture of them 3 days ago. So like, how fast did she like want to announce this? It's like, when would people even find out from you? Because you're not even on the show.
Yeah, I mean,
like, no one's following you to like, I don't know. It's like just deal with it before.
People are following her life on her podcast. People are listening to her. So I do think, that's what it is. So like, I do think it's weird to make a statement on Instagram. I mean, maybe like, if anything, just bring it up on your podcast and be like, this is what's happening. I need some privacy at this time. And that's it. Just because like your podcast is where you talk. To make like an Instagram post, it's like so weird.
I know, especially because like,
it's just weird.
Yeah, if one of our friends were getting one, they're not doing that and telling everyone, on Instagram. But they are in the public eye, so it's different. I get it.
Yeah. By the way, so if you go on allabouttrh.com, we talked about that, but Sutton, so Beverly Hills is about to come on, and Sutton is saying, is clearly making it obvious that she has issues with Dorit. And she was like doing a Q&A game thing with Lisa Barlow from Salt Lake City. And Lisa brought up, I don't know, the video is on allabouttrh.com, so go take a look. But she brought up Dorit, and she's like, well, Dorit is pretty. And Sutton responded by saying, anyone can be pretty when they have plastic surgery.
I mean, come on. It's like you do too, though. So why are you making it seem like...
I don't think Sutton has plastic surgery like that, Chantal, at all.
I know, but you don't think she does a lot to her face? You don't think she's gotten even a mini facelift at this point?
I don't think so, no.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, Dorit looks very different from how she used to look, though. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of, Sutton said, I can be mean at times. And yeah, that's definitely.
Listen, like a nose job, fillers on your lips and your cheeks can do wonders. So it's like, it's not like she got this face.
I don't know. I feel like Dorit has done a lot more than that, to be honest.
Like, what more can you do?
I don't even know. Brow lift, like fillers, like everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't
fillers.
even know.
Fillers is where it can really change.
Yeah. I don't know. She does look like, she has a completely different face, but also, should we be commenting on appearances like that? I mean,
not from your cast members, no, because unless like you're Little Miss Natural, like don't say anything.
I do think Sutton is natural, Chantal.
Okay, I don't know. Someone correct us. I just feel like they all have gotten so many things done, and like they're the last people to talk.
It was part of the game as well. Lisa Barlow was like, "Who lives beyond their means?" She had to guess, and Sutton was like, "Dorit." Ooh, the shade.
That is true, though. We can probably all see that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the world live above their means, which is, kind of scary. Another thing.
You can also die tomorrow, and you're doing it.
I know. That's what I tell my husband when I want to go on a vacation. I'm like, babe, like we could die tomorrow. Like it is what it is. And he's like, Roxanne. So Dr. Nicole Martin, you know how she's not on the show. currently filming Miami, and you know how she's not on the show. So Marisol was at a live event with Tamara and Teddi. And it's like, Tamara, take a break. Like, get away from the world, from social media. You need to step back, girlfriend. And so like Marisol, they asked about Nicole Martin and like her not coming back. And Marisol threw so much shade. And she's like, no one misses her. Like, it has not changed at all. We have 5 weeks left. And she's like, no one even mentions her, and yada, yada, yada. And just was very messy about it. And Nicole responded by saying, speaking as a friend of, from the front, like, you know, from the Real Housewives, because like Marisol's the only cast as a friend of. So I thought that was funny, and I liked her on the show quite a bit.
Me too, but it's not like she's left this like lasting impression that she's like, oh my God, this is the one person, the OG. She was good, and like, but I can see what Marisol's saying. It's like, we move on. It's like she wasn't the pillar.
Yeah. Speaking of Tamara, though, we kind of talked about this on our Patreon. So again, she can't keep quiet. She inserts herself in everything. She's now saying that she saw a photo of Brandi Glanville on Caroline Manzo that Vicky had sent her, which would prove that Caroline, you know, was obviously uncomfortable. And what's crazy is that she's friends with Brandi, and it's crazy that she's conveniently talking about this now.
It's weird. Why?
Like, why are you inserting yourself in this? Why are you, because again, you know, I know on OC, Gina made it like, you know, when Tamara wants to come for one person, she'll like set a grenade. Like, she'll come for absolutely everybody. So now that she's mad at Vicky Gunvalson, she's going to throw Brandi and Caroline's in the mix as, what did they call it? What was Gina saying? Like, you're using it collateral.
Yeah.
And now she's doing that with the Brandi. The full story is on allaboutterryh.com, but it's just like, Tamara, get off of social media. Get off of it.
It sucks because it's her job, but it's like, you don't have to comment on
No, but you
can
take a break. You can take a break from mental health. I mean, you're being slaughtered online. You can take a break.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I thought that was pretty crazy. By the way, I'm watching Potomac, and Potomac is actually so good in this season. And Potomac, like the ratings of Potomac are doing incredible. And again, I've said this so many times, but we even touched on this on our Patreon. But I feel like the reason Potomac is just working is because the Potomac producers did the right thing. They divided the cliques. They divided the Robin and Giselle, who were like butt buddies, so that Giselle could be more open with people. Divided Wendy and Candace, who were butt buddies, so, you know, Wendy can be more open. And now they work together. And I feel like with New Jersey, because there's so many cliques where you're comfortable with and you're scared to piss off your friend, that's why New Jersey got so bad. So I feel like with New Jersey, we don't need a full new reboot, but you do need to divide the cliques at the end of the day to do what Potomac did. And Potomac is showing in ratings that they're very successful right now.
And what also it does is that the new people come in, don't feel like they need to pick a side, but they're just friends with everyone too.
Exactly. I do think, you know, with New York, I feel like New York is just not landing at all. And I feel like because they're not bringing real friends for a show to work, you have to, or why Real Housewives was successful was half the time they knew each other, and they didn't just know each other. It was like real family, real friends. And with New York, it's like they're just putting in random people together and telling them to be friends, and it's not working. And everyone's just so aware of the cameras and how they can come across that the show is not good at all. So I am not feeling New York. I caught up on it, but I'm not watching it like religiously. So, you know, but I did catch up on it. I'm just not watching it like that.
I think I said it before, but I really feel like it's because they saw how like season 1 was, and like they wanted to make sure like they're the it girl. They want to make sure that they're the ones that are being talked about. Like, it's like they are very aware of what's happening and like how it works, and like they're trying to like beat the game, and it's like weird to me.
It's hard because anyone who joins the show is going to be very aware. It's going to be a fangirl. Like, it sucks that it got to that, but it is just what it is at this point. But that's why it's like, bring friend groups, bring real friend groups who consistently hang out with each other. That's interesting. You know, they have a history. They've been through things. Like, I like watching that stuff, not people who you're like, this person doesn't make sense. Like the new girl in New York. I don't even know her name. There's 2 of them. I don't think either of them are good on the show. And I'm like, this doesn't.
Very, very bad casting.
Yeah, very, very bad casting. So Brynn also made a statement where she apologized about the Uba stuff. It's on allabouttrh.com. She said it was taken out of context and it came from a conversation that her and Uba had many times. So you can check out the statement there. But Brynn's not coming off well at all. It's just not good. It really isn't. But Potomac, the producers of Potomac, they're killing it. It's really good. The only thing that is bothering me with Potomac is I feel like Mia is in this place that she thinks she's the shit.
Oh my God, 100%.
So whack. I do not like you. I never liked you. I don't even know how you're still on this show. And I'm not feeling Mia at all. Like she just is like, yeah, like I don't know. I just don't.
No, it was when she brought her friends to the dinner and she's like, everyone say a story about me. I'm like, oh my God, stop.
She's so feeling herself, but it's like, I don't know why you're feeling yourself. I mean, really don't get it.
I like her. I feel like this season we're seeing way more of her. Oh, okay.
They're also saying that Mia has a lot to respond to at the reunion because she's just such a liar and she lies about so much.
I can see that.
Yeah, no, I can totally see that as well. So I am liking Potomac, even like with Karen and Giselle on the last episode. Karen actually apologized to Giselle because she had initially told her about the event and said, it won't be at the same time as the event that's, dedicated to your father. And it was. And, they can apologize. They definitely have a history. And see, that's why I like it. Because when you have a history, it just lands better. So I just think whatever Potomac did is great. And that's what New Jersey needs to do. In New Jersey, they are, interviewing a lot of people right now. But I do think they need to keep people and then just divide cliques.
What are you thinking about Salt Lake City?
Salt Lake City, I'm
so
loving.
Good.
Yeah, I love Bronwyn. I think she's a great, addition to the show. And I'm not liking Heather. And
Heather is really unhinged this season. I don't know what she did or what got to her head, but she's being too much.
I like with Salt Lake City that all the OGs are still there. We talk about the pressure of being on the show, and I do like that all the OGs are still there. And again, the first episode turned me off completely because of how forced it was to like have drama. But I do think, as far as like the parenting thing with Lisa Barlow goes, I do think, at the end of the day, she did come for Angie first with her parenting, with saying you always get off the phone with me to, go by your daughter, which it's like, yeah, okay. And Angie fought back, was like, well, I'm sorry that your kid is playing video games a lot. It's a messy thing, of course, when kids are involved, but I do think Lisa started it first at the end of the day.
What do you think about Lisa or Justin and John? Like how John responded to Justin and like how weird Lisa went up to him. And like then John and Justin had to do this like little lunch.
I think via Bill at the end of the day, Danielle Cabral came out, remember, when she was like, your wife is a blah, your wife is this. And Bill just looked at her like she's crazy. He didn't engage with her. And I kind of think that's what Justin should have did. Justin did boss up. And but Lisa did go up to him and say, your wife's a liar. Like, what do you want him to say, And so when they had that lunch, I think it went well where they were not like bitches where they're like, like the John Fuda stuff where he's like, your wife said this, your wife's like, that's too much for me. But I thought it was weird that John told Justin he needs to apologize to his wife.
Yeah. It's like, did Lisa tell him to do that?
Obviously. And it's crazy because like we saw, remember, like all the crazy shit that Joe Gorgo did to Jennifer and like how he disrespected her at BravoCon, remember? And it's like, he didn't even apologize. So it's like, you kind of expecting an apology, just be like happy that you guys are able to move forward because you guys actually almost embarrass the shit out of yourselves. So I don't think, just like let bygones be bygones and you guys move forward, and it was a shitty moment, And
we're going to see a lot this Wednesday when they go on their trips together because the husbands come.
Yeah, so that's going to be so interesting. So we will definitely recap Salt Lake City and Orange County. Chantal's going to California because, Chantal can't sit at home. So she's going to California, so she's about to live her best life. But
I will be, we will be like recapping that and the reunion. So I'll be there.
What are you going to California for?
Oh, I don't even want to tell you.
I'm so scared. I don't want to know either because I'm just going to get annoyed.
I know. I'm literally going for like 6 days.
Oh my goodness. Hey, por favor. Oh my. Well,
but this is not like where I'm like adventure. It's like more for family. So I'll be able to like Like, it'll be a great thing for me to be like, hey guys, I have to go do this podcast.
You know how my husband's going to work for his birthday on Arizona? Like he has a work conference. Like he's like, are you going to surprise me and like come and show up? And I'm like, no, like we have 4 kids, Jacob. Like how could I surprise you and do that? And he's like, you're not going to come? Like you can't figure something out? I was like, no, like how? And I was like, well, maybe Chantel. And I was like, oh wait, no, she's not even going to be here.
The best thing is like that didn't even go through your mind one bit.
Oh, to go to Arizona and surprise him?
Yeah.
You know, I did actually think about it.
Oh.
Yeah, I did think about it. Then he told me the days, and it's like I also work, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, that's kind of like short notice because it's next week. And I was like, he's like, well, then what are you gonna do for my birthday? My husband's like so into his birthday, and it's so like ick. Like, why are you so into your birthday? But he really is. And I'm just like, he's like, what are you gonna do then? I'm like, well, because we were gonna do something with Chantel and her husband. It was like a 2-hour trip. It would be like a 2-day thing. And it fell on the time that he has this conference for work and he has to go once a year. His partner already did twice. So he's like, you know, he had to go. And I'm like, this sucks for me because we could have had something. And now I'm like, we're going to go out to eat. We're going to go to dinner. And he's like, oh, okay. So, yeah. And I feel so bad, Chantel. We forgot my brother-in-law's birthday.
Oh, who?
His older brother.
Oh.
How crazy. He
That's
told me,
sad.
I know he told me his birthday was on Monday and apparently his birthday was on Saturday. And like he came home they like went and played golf for his birthday. And he's like, dude, I said happy early birthday to my brother. And my brother was like, my birthday was yesterday. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, you're joking. And he's literally the best guy in the world. I'm like, how did we miss that? Dude, life really gets in the way. It's so crazy.
I know, you just have to put it in your calendar though, and then you'll remember.
I know. I can't rely on him because my husband doesn't even know what day it is. He really doesn't. Well, Chantel seems like she's out of it. So I think that's all we have for today. So thank you guys for all the feedback. Thanks for listening to our Tracy interview. I know you guys really, really love that one. And I promise I'm going to commit to watching the other ones as well so that we could have the guys on. I think that will be so much fun, so fun and so interesting. And I think we'll have them all on at once, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm gonna start watching. So
Chantel, bye, girl.
No, I have like a 5-hour plane ride, so girl, I'll get through like season 4.
I know. Chantel, it's 20 episodes, 1 hour long.
Oh my, like how? Like how?
Season. I know. I don't know. And it was all like fake. Like, what the hell? Like, that's insane. It really was child labor for them.
Yeah, she did say 20-hour days.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We hope you have a wonderful week. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.